Hey, what's going on, everybody? So, this, in my opinion, is a good thing to start off with when you start playing Halo Reach. There are a number of weapons to look at. And this is mainly for noobs. This isn't for people who are really good at the game. This is just because I am not crazy good at the game. I'm like rank 10 in competitive, and I've been playing since launch pretty much, not like the whole time. Took a huge break for like college and stuff. But yeah, so basically, I'm just going to go through these and say, as a new player, what should you be thinking? So I'm going to introduce these weapons a little bit too. Oh, and by the way, another preface before I get into this. This is for big team battle mainly, and then I am going to switch things around when after discussing big team battle, because big team battle it's the fun mode. It's like your team will carry you or destroy you, and there are lots of cool weapons, and you still have an impact, but it's not a totally huge one if I'm being honest. So this rocket launcher is super epic. The only downside about it really is that it has two rockets, and you pretty much can't get more rockets, but it's an insta kill pretty much all the time in a very large area. You just need to aim around their feet, and also try not to blow yourself up, because that's another downside. The fuel rod launcher, this could be bigger than the rocket launcher, but the only thing that makes me put the rocket launcher a little bit above is if you try to shoot at people's feet, it will bounce off the floor. But otherwise, it has 5 rounds in it, which is a lot more, and you can, just shoot them a little bit faster, so more explodey. But if you shoot on a wall behind somebody, it's definitely higher rank. If you're going against a vehicle, which I guess is, I should put this here, is this anti-vehicle, this C rank. I only have it for things that are like pretty much only good against vehicles to start off with. So then you've got your 2 rocket launchers. That's a pretty big deal. We're not looking at you, plasma launcher. We'll get to you. The focus rifle is a gun. It's like a laser beam that you hold down to shoot with. The only reason it is like far above the sniper rifle is because when you just start off Halo, you're probably not going to have the craziest aim. You're going to be getting used to the game, and so just body shotting somebody from far away is going to be way easier than hitting a headshot with the DMR or the sniper rifle. The sword is actually not as good as a shotgun in range, but it is a lot easier to use. And so when you start out, the sword is going to do freaking work, and you'll be like, oh, the shotgun's okay. But then eventually you'll be like, oh, the shotgun is better because it has more ammo and has better range. And you can kill people in 2 hits, whereas the sword, it's like they're either completely dead or they're not at all. The gravity hammer, I guess you could get multiple kills at a time with it, but it's just a bit slower, and it has even shorter range than the energy sword, and it's only on one map. It's on Powerhouse, and I feel like Powerhouse, they just kind of threw in all the weapons that didn't fit other places, like the focus rifle and the. Anyway, you'll see it. It has water in it. So the Nito rifle is a gun that is a lot like the DMR, and honestly, it's just, I am so torn between the two in any given circumstance. The only reason I put it up here higher is because it's less common, and so if you find it, might as well pick it up. You can hold it down, which is a big deal if you need to do body shots and you can't fully get a headshot on somebody because they're bobbing and weaving around. And it also has a super combine explosion, so like that's cool, I guess. And then we have the sniper rifle. If you're only getting body shots with it, it's 2 body shots, then it fires pretty slow. It's about here, I think. If you're getting headshots with this thing, like at all, it's top, because you can kill anyone across the whole map. It becomes a close range weapon. It's crazy. It's awesome. It's the sniper rifle. There's not much about it. It's got 4 bullets. Shoots far. The DMR is a single firing long to mid-range weapon. It's kind of notoriously strong for precision weapons, like right behind the Halo Combat Evolved pistol. So yeah, it's really good. I know it's like it fires slower than the pistol and the assault rifle because that's like your three starting weapon choices most of the time. But the DMR is very powerful, and you want to start getting used to using it because you'll start off like, oh, it's a little bit hard, but then you'll be like, wow, this thing wrecks at medium and long ranges and in close ranges too. It's really versatile, and you'll have it a lot, so you should get used to it. The concussion rifle shoots grenades really fast. Um, Anti-vehicle wise, it's actually quite good too because you can knock over warthogs and ghosts and stuff like that, just like light ground vehicles. And you can also not really stun lock, but kind of disorient people and throw them around the room, and you can shoot really fast. And it's kind of like the rocket launcher where you shoot at their feet, but you have to get like I want to say 3 to 5 consecutive hits with it. The pistol is really good. Its bloom is crazy, which is like the biggest thing that keeps it from being bloom, like the recoil where it's an accuracy. It just goes all over the place. So it's pretty good as a close range weapon, close to mid range, but getting long ranges, it's like if you don't have anything else, you get that. The Spartan Laser is pretty hard to use against people, really easy to use against vehicles. This thing, you just hold it down, you go boom, and then it's a laser beam that goes across the whole field. You hit the vehicle at all, including if it's a tank, it's completely dead, just period. Um, except for armor lock. Armor locked people can withstand that, but yeah. The Spartan Laser is pretty hard to use against people because like you have to hold it down for a long time, like 3 seconds in order to shoot. But then once you release, it's an insta kill to everything. The plasma launcher is super slow, but it has locking and it explodes, so that makes it pretty strong against all vehicles except maybe like the Ghost and Mongoose. Um, in person, like the amount of time you need to hold down for getting kills is pretty slow, so it's not really that great to use. Even though they lock on and stick, it's just so slow. Unless like maybe you hold it around a corner, but that's like a very niche, like perfect circumstance. You want to be prepared for anything. So I would not pick this up unless you're going anti-vehicle. Um, the 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 plasma pistol. It is its single fire mode is just really bad. Like it's the worst in the whole game. But if you hold it down, you can drain an enemy's shields, which leaves them a one-hit kill to like almost anything. And then if you hit a vehicle with it, it EMPs them, so they have to stop for a few seconds. So that's a huge deal against vehicles, and it's a pretty big deal against. So it doesn't straight up kill them, but it is quite effective, and you can find it like all over the place. So it is also really good if you charge up and hit a player, and then that player will be a one-hit headshot, which like just hit one headshot. Just like that's it with almost any weapon. So with the DMR, with the pistol, with the needle rifle, with pretty much anything, they're just super low, or you can punch them. So EMPing people around a corner, pretty good. EMPing vehicles, pretty big deal. The grenade launcher has a EMP as well. It's really good, but and it's longer range actually than the plasma pistol by a pretty significant margin. Like it's almost a long range EMP, but it's kind of hard to use because if you're going to use the EMP, you have to hold it down again, and you have to like wait until the grenade gets to your enemy or to the enemy vehicle, and then let go of it. And being able to plan and like stand there and like get ready to hit it, that takes a while. So that's why I just put it right below the plasma pistol. And then the single fire is it's like a grenade launcher, like the concussion rifle, but it is not quite as good as a concussion rifle as a newbie. As a good player, like if you're able to hit those hold down shots every single time, it's a one hit kill, and so it's a huge deal at like mid range. But as a new player, it's pretty hard to use, and it's really weird, so you might as well just not pick it up too much. It's just a grenade launcher, and it has to bounce first too, which is also kind of irritating. So the needle rifle, I gotta put this thing higher up. Yeah, because it's a fully automatic weapon. And then it also tracks a little bit. The problem is, I suck with it. It confuses me. The idea of like relying on locking, and I don't get it that often. Yeah, so I'm not really sure. this is one of the, I mean, this is especially one of those moments like people in the comments below, if anybody comments, are going to correct me nicely about where they disagree on these things. And I mean, I could definitely be wrong, but in my opinion, if you're coming into this game, this is what you should be looking at. So plasma pistol's pretty, or plasma, gosh, needle rifle, it's pretty good. The spiker, so you'll notice at the bottom here, they're all fully automatic weapons, and the needler used to be there too. And that's because in a high time to kill game where Halo is like you need to like consistently get shots on somebody, these fully automatic weapons get nerfed to garbage because they're so easy to use. But it's not about getting that easy first shot; it's about consistently hitting the dude, and it's consistently easy to hit the dude with fully automatic weapons, so they're pretty nerfed most of the time. The spiker, like, and I could be wrong about these top three; they could be in a little bit of a different order. The spiker and the plasma pistol and the plasma repeater or whatever, these things that you don't even know the name of, they're so bad, like you have nothing else. They shoot projectiles, so it takes time to get there, whereas the assault rifle immediately gets there. But again, another big problem with these 4 guns is they have what's called, there's bloom in reach, where any gun that you can shoot like multiple times in a row, so like the DMR, the pistol, just the needle rifle, the needler, they all get more inaccurate the more you fire them. And so if you are spraying at someone, you can really only use this assault rifle in shotgun range, and it kills pretty slowly. Or you're gonna like tap fire it, at which point you are weaker than every gun in the game, like almost than the plasma pistol maybe. It's just, I mean, fully automatic weapons, sure, you'll spawn with them, and they might be a little bit easier to use than the pistol sometimes, but it's really, they're really bad. They're just not great. Like, it's good to start getting used to using headshot weapons. So let me know in the comments where this could be refined. I'm sure it's wrong in some places, especially with this needle rifle, especially with this bottom part. I know there are mistakes here, but there's like nothing on YouTube for reach tier weapons, and that's because it's kind of simple. It's like, okay, you get the power weapons, which are obviously meant to be super awesome, and then you don't use these ones quite as much. So anyway, that is my take on. Oh, and I'll put these other places here. So the Spartan Laser is really hard to use. It's really hard to use, and it takes forever to charge, so don't use it. This is a little bit better to use, but it's just, you have to be going around a corner. If you're going to use this against people, it should probably be about here, because it can match really well if you have any form of precision weapon. So the pistol, the DMR, the needler, or needle rifle, which are like all over the place, or just punching with anything else, because it's just like boom, boom. It's the noob combo suite. So then we got this grenade launcher. I guess I'll put it like right here, because yeah, it's kind of hard to use, but it's good. It can be good if you use it really well. If you use it well, I would put it like here, and this is of course here. So anyways, y'all have a great day.